You know what? You just don't even seem like a woman to me anymore.
I don't?
Not in the least. I'm leaving you.
You're leaving me? Really? Wow, I can't thank you enough.
Huh? Wait a minute. What's up with that reaction? Aren't you sad?
Trouble Busters!
How many times do I have to tell you, Melanie?
I'm sorry. Please, I won't do it again.
You know the rules, Melanie. When I'm around, you put on makeup. Dress nicely. Make yourself presentable.
I know. I got careless. I was busy and forgot. I'm sorry.
Do you have any idea how terrible you look without makeup on? Have you looked in the mirror lately?
I'm sorry for being so ugly. I really am.
Then hurry up and do something about that face of yours.
All right.
Think. When the garbage starts to stink, do you take it outside?
Garbage?
Oh my god. Are you ugly and stupid? I asked you, when the garbage stinks, do you take it outside?
Well, yes, I do, I guess.
Then why the hell wouldn't you do something about your ugly face? Aren't you trying to scare me with it? Are you trying to give me a heart attack? Huh?
Of course not.
You need me. If I weren't around, who'd be there to keep a roof over your head? You can't work, you gotta take care of Sally. So unless you want poor little Sally to end up on the streets, you're gonna have to live in my house. And in my house, you live by my rules. Got it? Now, it's clear you need a little reminder about the rules, so let's see. There we go. That should last for a few days. Let this serve as a reminder. You're ugly as hell, and you will make yourself presentable when I'm around. Do I make myself clear?
Yes, sir, crystal clear.
This is not how I wanted to spend my morning. I'm going out again today. I'll be back whenever I damn well feel like it.
I was thinking, since it's your day off, wouldn't you like to go with me to see your father today? You haven't seen him for a while.
Are you serious? I'm not gonna spend my day off visiting that rotting corpse, much less spend it looking at your ugly mug.
But he's your father and he's always been there for you. Don't you think you should at least visit him every once in a while? This house, the land it's built on, your car, all of it's in your father's name. He pays the mortgage, lease, and even all the taxes for you.
Looks like you need another lesson. He's my dad. He's supposed to take care of me. I don't need to thank him for just doing his job.
Neil, wait! Oh, Neil, your dad doesn't have much time left. This may be your last chance. I'm Melanie. That man just now is my husband, Neil. We've been married for 10 years and I've been a housewife the whole time. He used to be much kinder to me than he is now, but he's getting colder and colder to me as the years have gone by, and, well, you can see what he's like to me now. I bet he's gonna see his mistress again today. He always goes to see her on his days off. I've considered divorcing him multiple times in the past, but when I think about what would happen to Sally, I just can't go through with it. The worst part is, he knows that I know about his mistress, so he doesn't even bother trying to hide it anymore. Hey there, Sally. Do you want to go visit Grandpa with me today?
Yay, Grandpa, let's go!
Neil's dad, who is terribly sick and doesn't have much time left, is one of the wealthiest investors in the country, and his net worth is more than some countries. In the event of his death, that whole fortune will be transferred to Neil. Neil is aware of this, of course, and sometimes I almost get the feeling that he wants his dad to die just so he can be filthy rich.
Melanie, Sally, so nice to see the two of you again.
It's nice to see you too, Dad. About Neil.
It's all right, Melanie. I know. That boy, ever since he left home, the only time I'd ever see him would be when he was asking me for money for this or that. A new TV, a new car, a new...
Dad, are you alright? Please lay back down and relax. Honestly, I wish you'd allow us to take you to the hospital rather than stay at home. They'll take better care of you there.
And what are they going to do for me at a hospital, eh? It's far too late for me now, Melanie.
Dad, don't talk like that.
It's the truth, dear. There's no point in denying it. My time is coming soon. I can feel it. And when it does come, I'd rather be at home surrounded by my family than in some hospital surrounded by lab coats and latex gloves.
Yeah, and since your house is really close to ours, you can see you way more often this way.
Right you are, Sally. Thank you, sweetheart.
We talked for a while, then after I took care of some cleaning around my father-in-law's house, we left for home. As much as I hate to admit it, he's right. I can tell by his skin color and his voice that his time really is almost up. Later that night when Neil came home, I tried my best to convince him to go and see his father, but there was nothing I could say that would change his mind. So I packed up a few days' worth of clothing for myself and Sally, and we went over to my father-in-law's house to look after him.
I see. So that boy really has no intentions to come and see me.
I'm so sorry, Dad.
You've got nothing at all to apologize for, dear. It's all my fault for raising him to become this way. I suppose you could say I'm getting my just desserts.
Oh, Dad.
However, Melanie, I think it may finally be time for Neil to get his too.
Huh?
You quit your job when you got married, but before that you used to work with people like me, making sure they were able to die in peace, didn't you?
Oh, yeah, that's right. I was an advisor.
Do you think you might want to get back into the business?
What do you mean, Dad?
I mean, I'd like you to help me arrange my parting gift to my son. A heaping helping of trouble busting.
That's when my father-in-law told me all about his elaborate plan to give Neil the punishment he deserves. If we can pull this off, Neil's life will be taking a one-way trip into complete and utter devastation.
I'm going to do to that boy what I should have done years ago. Trouble busters!
2 months later, my father-in-law condition took a sudden turn for the worse, and he passed away soon after. Neil didn't attend the visitation or funeral, of course, and I saw him for the first time in a while a week later.
Yo, Melanie. Thanks for taking care of that useless old geezer for me. You saved me a lot of trouble.
What do you want, Neil? You've got some nerve showing up all of a sudden after skipping your father's funeral.
Oh yeah, thanks for that too. Funerals are such a drag. And since you've seen way more of him than me over the last years, I figured you'd be better suited to plan the whole thing anyway. So I thought, screw it, and didn't bother going. I bet that's how Dad would have wanted it. As for what I want, I think you know what I'm here for. My dad's finally dead, so I'm getting every last cent of his massive fortune. I don't want an ugly old hag like you weighing me down while I enjoy my wealth. So I'm divorcing you. I'm still in my 30s, and with as much money as I'm gonna get in inheritance, I can replace you with a newer model easily. I'm gonna have girls lining up for a chance to get with me, so there's no point in keeping up the facade of our marriage anymore.
Is that so?
Yeah, so like I said, we're through.
And what do you intend to do about Sally?
Don't worry, I'll take care of her. I'll give you a healthy divorce settlement and pay child support. That's good enough, isn't it?
Alright then I suppose that arrangement seems like it would be the best for the both of us. I know you were cheating on me for quite some time now, and the only times you ever spoke to me, you did nothing but heap insult and shame on me. So it seems to me like our marriage was already heading in this direction as it was.
Atta girl, Melanie. Maybe you're not so dumb after all. Anyway, I actually went ahead and submitted our divorce papers a while ago, so our divorce is already official. Oh, and as of this afternoon, I'm married to someone else.
Huh?
No, don't tell me you forgot. We had that huge fight we had when you told me my dad was getting worse, remember?
Oh, that's right. I remember now. I guess I was so angry at you and so busy taking care of your dad that I forgot I signed those.
Well, I didn't. As soon as you signed them, I took them straight down to the courthouse and submitted them.
So our divorce really is official then? We're not married anymore?
Yep, you got it.
Is that so? I see. That might be a problem for you.
A problem? What problem? I'm gonna be filthy stinking rich, and I won't have you and that kid dragging me down. I'm gonna be a millionaire. From now on, every time I have a problem, I can just pay my way out of it.
Not that it's my problem anymore, but you're not getting a single cent of your dad's estate. On the contrary, you're up to your eyeballs in debt.
Huh?
Thanks so much for divorcing me in advance. I thought that if you knew about what had happened with your dad's inheritance, you might refuse to agree to a divorce. This saves me a long and arduous legal battle with you. It also means I don't have to hold back at all as I systematically ruin every single part of your life. I'm finally going to pay you back for your terrible treatment of both me and your father.
Wait, hold on. That can't be. I'm not getting anything. You've got to be joking, right?
It seems like you're completely in the dark about how your dad was spending his money in his last few weeks before his death, huh?
Well, how was I supposed to know? That old geezer was always so tight-lipped about his money. He wouldn't tell me anything. The only thing I got from him was a savings account he set up for us in case we needed it. But I kinda used all of that money up on the vacation I took a few weeks ago.
So you took it upon yourself to spend the money your dad gave to us on a vacation for yourself?
Yeah, and what of it? It's my dad's money, and that means it's my money. Why would I go wasting it on an ugly old hag like you? And besides, we're not married anymore anyway.
I have never met anyone as selfish, uncaring, and insensitive as you are, Neil.
Shut up, and stop dodging the issue. What do you mean I'm not getting any inheritance from my dad?
Oh, I'll tell you all about it. Before he died, he told me that he didn't want to finance your vain and greedy lifestyle. So he was going to spend it on helping kids make a brighter future for themselves. He donated every last cent of his estate to orphanages, adoption centers, schools, and other charities.
All of it?
Yep, every last cent. Wasn't that nice of him?
Wait, hold on. If that's true, then my inheritance is...
Right again, it's all gone. Once he ran out of cash, he started selling his assets, real estate, stocks, bonds, valuables, and donated all of that to charities working with kids.
This can't be happening.
Oh, and by the way, you should know that he also sold the house you're living in and the car you're using too.
No!
He put the house up as collateral on a loan to borrow more money from the bank, so you don't really have any say in what happens to it anymore. He also put his own house up as a collateral on yet another loan.
Was he insane? If those loans don't get paid back, that means that the houses and the car will all get seized by the bank.
Right again, you're on a roll, Neil. So you better get to work on making some money to pay off those loans because all your dad's debts are in your name now.
That worthless old geezer. I thought I was finally rid of him and his nonsense. This changes things. I've got no other choice. I'm gonna waive my inheritance rights.
Waive your inheritance rights?
Yeah, if I do that, then I won't get shouldered with all the stupid debt he tried to shove off on me. I gotta go talk to my lawyer.
Sorry, Neil, you're not getting off that easily.
What do you mean? All I gotta do is file some paperwork, right? Then I'm free as a bird.
Let's wind back the clock to a few minutes ago when you were talking about using the savings account your dad set up for us.
Uh-oh.
You continued to use that account, which was in your dad's name, well after he passed away, didn't you? That means it's too late for you to disclaim your inheritance. You've already accepted it. Like I said, this isn't going to be that easy for you.
Shoot, this is bad.
You know what they say, Neil, you reap what you sow. This is just your desserts for the terrible way you treat your daughter, your father, and your wife. If Simply would have thought twice about submitting those divorce papers or using your dad's money after he died, then you only would have lost the house and car.
Melanie, you don't understand.
No, I understand everything pretty well, I think.
Well, ever since my dad died, I've been spending a lot of money that I didn't have. A lot of money.
Uh-oh. Tell me, Neil, I really need to hear this. How much have you spent?
About 80,000.
Wow, you're screwed. I can't think of any more appropriate fate for you after you refuse to even go and see your dad on his deathbed. Oh, and I have one more present for you. I'm suing you for infidelity. I have plenty of evidence, like the receipts from all the hotels you stayed at with your mistress, for starters. Oh, and here's this. A picture of the two of you going to a hotel on the same date of this receipt, so don't bother denying it.
What the? How did you get that picture?
Your dad told me he wanted to take everything from you. So he hired a private detective to follow you around. He said it was thanks to me for taking care of him. In addition, you're also going to be paying child support for Sally until the day she turns 18. Also,
Oh no, there's more.
I'm also suing you for the pain and suffering your constant emotional abuse caused me. I may not have been able to get an actual recording of it, but I have more than enough of these abusive text messages you sent me. They should get the point across, don't you think? Well, that's all I have to say. Any questions?
Hold on. Ooh, let's not be too hasty here, Melanie. I need your help, okay? You've got to give me a break.
Excuse me? Did you really think I would go out of my way to help the man who not but a few minutes ago called me, quote, an ugly old hag?
I don't know what I was thinking, Melanie. You're not ugly. You're beautiful. Honestly.
How stupid do you think I am? You want help paying off your debts? Why don't you go ask your new wife?
I can't. I only liked her because of her looks. She's completely useless. She can't cook. She can't clean. She can't work. I only married her because I told her I'd hire a maid to do all that stuff. If she finds out about all my debts, she'll divorce me for sure.
And you expect me to bail you out so you can keep your new life with the woman that you were cheating on me with? You have got to be kidding me. Are you for real right now?
Okay, I get it. Here's what I'll do. How about I divorce her? Then you and I can get back together. We can start over again and rebuild our life together. All three of us. What do you say?
What do I say? I'd rather be set on fire and thrown into a pit of poisonous snakes. You broke this marriage up. I'm not going to rebuild it for you.
But I said I was sorry.
Oh, I'm sure you are. Who wouldn't be sorry for what they've done as their life was about to come crashing down around them?
Please, Melanie. You can't abandon me like this.
After you cheated on me for years and then personally submitted our divorce papers, I don't want to hear that from you. I put up with so much from you for so long, way longer than anyone else would have. And now that the tables have turned and I've got you right where I want you, you're gonna learn the hard way that hell hath no fury like a woman scorned. Do you remember what my job was before we got married? Your dad remembered because he actually, cares about me. But it doesn't surprise me that you weren't interested enough to remember.
I'm sorry. It must have slipped my mind.
I was an end-of-life advisor.
Wait. Oh no!
Glad to see you finally remembered. An end-of-life advisor's job is to help people prepare for their old age or death by taking stock of their property. This includes taking things that they don't need or are unlikely to need in the near future and selling or disposing of them, as well as organizing the things that they do need. This doesn't just include everyday things like furniture and appliances, but also assets, investments, bank accounts, life insurance policies, anything that a person may need help with to prepare for the end of their life. We help people put in writing their desires for how they want things to happen when they pass away, assist in writing a last will and testament, and other things like that. It's a job that deals with a little bit of everything.
I finally remember it now. Oh no, now it all makes sense.
So you finally get it, huh? Your dad is the one who wanted to set up an inheritance trap for you, and I was the one he got to do the job.
I can't believe it. It was all your doing.
We both wanted to punish you, albeit for slightly different reasons. And so we worked out the perfect trap that we knew you couldn't help but throw yourself into.
Oh no, oh no, oh no, no, no. What am I gonna do now? I can't let Cynthia find out.
Oh, Neely Poo, what's taking you so long? Hurry up and show me around my new house.
This is too good to be true. You even had your new wife waiting outside. Let me guess, you were waiting for the right moment to bring her inside and rub it in how you married some young floozy, right?
Oh, hello there. You must be the ugly old hag Melanie. I heard so much about you.
Hey, Cynthia, hold on a sec.
Aren't you jealous of your ex-husband's new, prettier wife? You must have been about to cry when Neil told you that he's taking all of his dad's inheritance and not giving you a cent.
Cynthia! Oh, please, stop! I'm already in a really, really bad position, and you're making it worse.
Oh, come on. I've been practicing a big line for weeks. Let me say it. Hey, Melanie, I'm prettier than you, younger than you, and more of a woman than you in every way. I win, you lose. Neil is mine now, and you're never going to get back with him ever again. So please, Melanie, tell me, how does it feel to lose your man to a superior woman? Does it hurt? Does it make you want to cry? I bet you're going to start crying any second now.
Cynthia! I'm begging you, please stop!
No way! I'm not gonna let you have all the fun, Neely Poo. I've been waiting for this moment for months.
Please, just wait for me in the car.
Oh wait, that's right! There was one more thing I wanted to say to her.
Don't!
Just one more thing, okay?
You hear that, Neil? She said she just has one more thing to say. You can let her get it out of her system, can't you?
Ta-da! A diamond wedding ring!
My goodness, that is a large diamond, isn't it?
I know, right? Someone as beautiful as I am deserves nothing less than this, wouldn't you say?
Oh, definitely. I bet it was super expensive, too.
Yeah, duh. It cost $30,000. I borrowed Neil's credit card secretly to buy it. I knew he wouldn't mind.
You did what?
Uh-oh, looks like your debts just went up, Neil.
Cynthia, how could you do this to me? I'm ruined.
What do you mean? You're the one who told me I could buy whatever I wanted with it. You said you could pay it off no trouble once you got your inheritance.
Yeah, but that was before. This is now. And just now, I got the worst news I've ever gotten in my entire life. I'm ruined.
News? What news?
Let me put this in words you might understand. Neil is broke, completely broke, broker than broke as anyone can possibly be, to the tune of roughly $100,000 in debt.
Huh? What you talking about, Neil?
Well, Neil, would you like to be the one to explain to her how you have negative money, or should I keep going?
Neil, is she telling the truth? Tell me she's lying. She's lying, right? Right?
If I'm lying about anything, Neil's free to jump in and rebut me anytime he'd like.
No way! How could this happen to me? Neil, you said you were rich. You said you were gonna give me a life of luxury. That was all a lie?
Well, no, I was telling the truth at the time.
You're the worst. What is it good as a man with no house, no money, no car, nothing but debt? Disgusting.
Hey, give me a break. I've given you a pretty good life up until now, haven't I? We'll just have to, tighten our belts for a little while. That's all.
I am not tightening my belt for 1 second. Not in your life.
I had a pretty good feeling that's exactly what you say. But unfortunately, I'll be suing you as well, so you better get used to belt tightening pretty fast.
What? But why?
What did you think was gonna happen when you decided to mess around with a married man?
Oh no, is that?
Right you are. It's photographic evidence of your affair. I have plenty more incontrovertible evidence where this comes from, so there's no getting out of this.
Neil, you're gonna have to pay for that, okay?
What? I can't pay for both your lawsuit and mine. I'm already broke. Weren't you listening?
I don't believe you. Didn't you tell me that no real man ever makes a woman pay for anything?
I mean, I would if I could, but as you can see, I can't. Besides, men paying for everything is sexist, isn't it?
You! How can you bring up gender equality at a time like this?
Oh, come on now, let's not fight. Remember, the two of you are married now, man and wife. What happened for richer for poorer till death to us part? Did you forget that part of your vows?
I'd rather die than stick with a broke loser. I want a divorce.
You think I'll let you off that easily? This is your fault too, you know.
You're the one who asked me out first. It's your fault.
Yikes, this is getting ugly. I guess the two of them really are perfect for each other in a way. Here's how things went for the two of them after that fateful night. The bank seized both the house and car, throwing Neil and Cynthia out on the street. Our lawsuit settlement left with $10,000 in debt, a $20,000 settlement for infidelity, a $15,000 settlement for emotional abuse, and $700 a month in child support for Sally until she turns 18. I hope he lands himself a decent job. And as for Cynthia, his gold-digging, home-wrecking mistress, she spent some time trying to get Neil to agree to a divorce, but he refused. Her only option would be to sue Neil for a divorce, but she obviously didn't have enough money to do that. So the not-so-happy couple are still together, living in a rundown apartment and treating their neighbors to a shouting match every night. Oh, and I also got a settlement with her for $20,000. Neil was working really hard at his job for quite some time in order to pay back his debts, but the collection company was constantly making calls to his office complaining about him missing payments. So he was forced to quit. Both Neil and Cynthia are currently working multiple part-time jobs and doing back-breaking labor all day, every day to try and earn enough money to get by. And as for me, between the settlements I got from Neil and Cynthia and the $50,000 Neil's dad paid me for my services, I started my own company. Business is absolutely booming, and I've never been happier. Now all I need to do is find someone who can be a dependable father figure for little Sally. I'm so glad that I was able to help Neil's dad enter his eternal rest with peace of mind. That's all for today. Hope you enjoyed the trouble busting.